So tell me, what's been going on? Like, where's the game
Where are we
at?
at?
You know, what have I missed?
So, so the big thing coming up is Rover PVP, but we'll
Hmm.
do that one in a minute.
Okay.
Um, some really interesting changes, and given that you're coming back, um, some bits to note. So, job market. This is the one which has affected quite a few people a lot.
Okay.
Um, so it's now tiered. It's ranges so one dusk per stamina in the job market for under level 25,
Hmm.
two dusk per stamina above 25 to 50, or up 49 rather. Three dusk over 50. So you get the gist, and 10
Hmm.
dusk over 100. Now that's all good and fine, and it sets minimums for hang
Yeah.
on.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Um,
Don't let
so
them
so
interrupt
that's
you.
they were asking if we're going to do a giveaway. We're
Yeah, we
absolutely
got
going to do a
something.
giveaway there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So um, so that's all great. And what I've
Hmm.
seen in the marketplace is certainly the top end where people are building really expensive stuff, so 100 plus,
Hmm.
that stamina is being used. And actually is probably going for over 10, but certainly is
Wow.
being consumed. At the bottom end, you've got one dust stuff, which is still going really, really well.
Hmm.
Um, the reality is anything in the middle is kind of not profitable, so doesn't get consumed. So if you're putting stamina into the market in anywhere above 25 and below 100, I've not seen an awful lot of it shift at all. So you're probably going to lose your stamina. Now, they
Okay.
were talking about having a minimum amount of dust come back in the event that your stamina expires. I've not seen it.
Hmm.
So that may or may not be there. I've not had that much. Well, I've not noticed it. So there's no pop up which has said you've got some come back or something to claim.
Right.
So the reality is be careful with what you put in the market, test it. Um, and equally, when you're making stuff, beware of your profit and that sort of thing. Because the reality is if you're paying 3 dust per stam and you're trying to make something which is only going to give you 1 dust profit, it's probably not going to be worth it.
Right.
So yeah,
Hmm.
so that's the first bit. Jordan, I don't know what your experience of it's been.
Uh, I barely job anything out apart from like um coffee things, so it's not really bothered me.
Because you're under 25.
Because most of the most of the things so
Hmm.
it's all like one still for me, so it's not done anything.
That's not bad.
So it's a big one to watch, and certainly we've discussed it a little bit in Founders. Um, I think they are going to review it. I think there will be a little bit more of a smoother gradient to start with. But the reality is, yeah, at these levels, jobbing is pretty much dead.
Okay.
Now,
Depending on the
the
task,
big,
probably, huh? Or the
well,
profession.
yeah, kind of all of them.
Hmm.
The big one to worry about is power cells, because power cell 3 now
Yeah.
is really expensive
When you say now, are you talking like today? Or are you talking like over the last week?
over the last week.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the change was last weekend. Um, so so power cell 3 in itself, if you do it with your stamina or Martin's stamina, is
Hmm.
fine. It's the same as it's always been. But a lot of us were jobbing it out to try and get our power cells in.
Yep.
The reality of it now is that you either buy your power cells from your market, you get a Martisan to do it, or you use your own stamina. The other choice is everything does power cell 1. Now, it means that you've got an awful lot of solar panels doing low end tasks just to try and get some influx. You'll probably top it up from the market, depending how many you need.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it means that power constraints are at a yeah maximum at the moment.
It's just cheaper to buy and sell on the market, like it always has for me, anyway.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's true.
Is that even
I really
counting
think
like
it's
if
true.
you have like a maxed out, rare and above solar panel?
Well, so if you've got a maxed out rare, for example,
Mm.
and you do power cell 3, it's 2 stamina, but you're going to pay 6 dusk for each one. Well, no, sorry, 3 dusk for each one of those stamina. So it's
Mm.
6 dusk minimum to charge those.
Yep.
So as Jordan quite rightly says, you're better off just buying it from the market.
Gotcha. Now you tell me this, and yesterday I just charged all my things with jobs, so
Yeah, that'll be expensive.
that's all right. Hey, I'm supporting the market. What can I say?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see it change relatively shortly. I mean,
Mhm.
they've and this is worth talking about. The guys have just got back from a week away at a conference. I can't remember the name of the conference, but certainly they were networking and trying to get us more people.
Nice.
And it's a good sort of segue into, we have seen a lot more people come to join us. So there are new players entering. There's some of the cross promo stuff from Matic is happening, or Polygon, however you call it,
Mhm.
is absolutely happening. And there's new players in the game, and it's nice to see that lifeblood coming in. I mean, we've not had it for a long, long time. Um, but yeah, new players picking up stuff. They've got free access badges and trying it out.
Nice. I always like to hear that.
Yeah, really good action. I mean, Jordan, have you noticed more people coming in?
Noticed a few people talking in the Discord and stuff.
Yeah, and a few new founders as well. So people who've been around for a bit. Samantha was one. I know she's here. She picked up one a while ago. But Doombledore was a name I'd seen in general chat quite a lot. He's now in founders. So there's a few picking up
Picked
more
one up as
founders.
well.
More coxes. Yeah, he said Jordan's very loud compared to Felix and Santi. I thought, yeah, that's about
Oh,
right.
I'm so sorry.
It's always true. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, it's nice to see more people joining into founders as well. So, and just more new players in general.
Moved it really far away now, my headset. Is
Good.
that any better?
Yeah. Oh, what you doing, Santi? Oh, I can't hear you now.
Oh, I got it fixed. We're good. Yeah.
You got it fixing. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So that's the job market, and that's the first change I wanted to
Mhm.
talk about. Artisans are on sale again. Certainly, there's some big ones picked up. The last drop, not today's, the one before. No, in fact, it was today's. Sure, it was. No, yesterday's. Sorry, I'm losing track of time. There was an Artisan Aerospace which got minted. God knows who got it, and a Mythic, or two, I
Ooh.
think it was.
Okay.
But yeah, those ones I didn't get. I did get two uncommons, which I was very happy about.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was a couple of nice ones which went out, and there's just been another drop now, and there's 60 Matic each. So what, $70 ish maybe?
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's nice to see a few more Martisans flowing. But given the changes in the job market, Martisans are super powerful,
Yeah.
super powerful. So yeah, a lot of people are picking up. I know Match picked up what 17, I think, over the last week.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so there's a lot of Martisans and people picking them up. And Eric was saying he swept the floor a couple of times. So even the bog standard sort of
Mhm.
ones are, yeah,
What's
really worth.
what's the general like consensus on the job market change, to kind of go back to that a little bit? Are people like kind of happy about it, not really happy about it? I know, is this kind of like the
Yeah,
old system? You know what I mean? Like the new system was like the market kind of decided the price. And of course the market,
yeah.
obviously it got cheaper and cheaper as time went on. But now it's kind of like, I don't know. You remember before it was like one dusk, two dusk, three dusk? It's been so long,
I don't
I
know.
kind of barely remember it myself, but
I just seem to remember before everything was one dusk, but I don't know. I
mm,
can't remember back that far.
okay.
We're talking over a year ago now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true.
but certainly, um, I think the system is a good idea. I think it just needs tweaking.
Okay.
And I think that's the general consensus, is that no problem with putting minimums, because human nature is we all drive it down to the lowest price possible. We've seen it in every facet of the market. If somebody has something, they want to sell it, they'll list it for the lowest price
Hmm.
just to make sure they list it straight away. Um, but the reality is that just repeats. And the only time that doesn't work is when you've got a significant demand, which we're not really seeing at the moment. So in essence, everybody's just min listing everything.
Hmm.
Um, and because the demand is not there to exceed supply, it never finds that equilibrium. People are just desperate to offload whatever they can for the cheapest price.
Right.
So it's a bit of a shame, but I'm hoping, as our Eric's trajectory to 100k was it 100k this year? I think that's what he was trying to get to.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we'll see the demand pick up. But yeah,
Nice.
it largely well received, just
Mhm.
needs tweaking.
Gotcha. I can see that. Yeah. Overall, I think it's a good change, because it's like it was getting pretty cheap for some of that stuff to job out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you didn't need, you didn't need any stamina yourself. You just job everything out. So,
Sorry about that.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So
Um,
rovers.
no,
You want to do
before
some
we get there,
dolphins?
let's talk about warehouses
Okay. What's
because I'm going to try my luck. But
Tell
so
me about these
warehouses,
warehouses.
warehouses, God inventory, and change in location. I think is probably the best way of
Yeah.
talking about it. Um, so Eric mentioned a large piece around they don't like what's called God inventory. So this idea that you have infinite size pockets which you can fill absolutely everything into and is relevant across all of Mars instantaneously.
Mhm.
So they've kind of called it God inventory. Um, so the reality is he wants it to be more location specific. Now, and I kind of get it because that enables you to do transportation of stuff. But if you're going to make something location specific and have local markets and local relevance, you need to have somewhere where that stuff is stored because it can't just be in a floating airbag where everything just moves around. It's got to
Mm.
be in a location in the first place.
Yeah.
Also, it's to try and limit the size of stuff because I think they'll always have something like quest items or there will always be some degree of stuff in this holistic God inventory. But the reality is that most of it should be located, and it will stop the big accumulation of, say, like 200 million regolith, big number. But
Mhm.
in theory, you could do that now. So they've got these regolith warehouses. They're bringing out today the ice warehouses, and remind me in 13 minutes to buy one.
Hmm.
Um, but these are to store those two things. Now,
Okay.
I don't I don't think I really want to see a warehouse for everything because otherwise if you end up with a shard bank, you end up with just so many buildings just to store your stuff.
Mhm.
You're consuming loads of lands for almost no point. I get some key ones, but yeah, just I suppose we need to be a bit careful about how far we take this and whether you just end up with a general one able to store quite a lot. For
Would be
me,
good
it's
if
more.
they,
Sorry, John.
sorry, it would be good if they had like, if things like warehouses, if it didn't cost like inventory space in a land.
Yeah,
Obviously,
like zero footprint.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that because certainly for me, it's not the thing about getting it necessarily out of the God inventory, which is the key thing. It's more a case of having it in a location to be able to implement the transportation systems, the local systems, make a market relevant to a DTM or whatever that might be. That's where I see the real value of it. I don't really see it in the case of limiting the amount that you can store stuff.
Hmm. Okay. What's
But
how many do
what's it
you
like right
have?
now? Do you have you have one of the regolith or whatever?
yeah, in
How many do you
fact,
have?
I have 4. Let me share my screen. Can I share my
Yeah.
screen?
I got 3.
Oh,
I
yeah.
managed to pick them up all for like, I think, the first one's like 400.
100? Oh, yeah, I kicked off royally about
Wow,
the
look at
drop
this
on this.
whale account. Whale alert.
Yeah, because they were really low, weren't they? The prices
Shut
were
up.
really low.
I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
so they did a 300 to 400 drop, and
Okay.
basically I fundamentally disagreed with it. I got shouted at, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the
well, you
reality
didn't.
is
I told you, did you pick any up? And you were like, no, no.
I was
Mhm.
asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't. I managed to get all 3.
Right, so this thing down here, I've got a level 3 one.
Okay.
You see it? Now, this is the regular floor, and you store in it, and every time you level it up, it gives you access to store another 10,000 regolith.
Oh, cool.
When it's maxed, you have the ability to do this task,
Mhm.
which is acquire a shard, which allows you to level it up. So it needs this is level 3, so I need 15 to
Mhm.
get to my next level. Okay, takes a lot of stamina. In fact, takes a hell of a lot of stamina.
25.
And it has
Yeah.
this warehouse capacity token. The thing which threw me about this thing is there's no guide to say you get a warehouse capacity token every 8 hours. You've got it at full capacity.
Right.
Now it's not an 8 hours instantly from you when you put it in. It seems to have a rolling point in time when the 8 hours is met.
Mhm.
So you basically you go to bed and wake up the following day and hope the hell that you've got the right thing at the right point in time to be able to click it.
Sure.
But that's fine. And then you've got a nice 50. Oh, okay. I thought it was 50-50,
No.
but I'm obviously out by a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've got 4 to claim. So I thought I'd have a go on the stream to see how unlucky I can possibly be.
All right, let's go.
So what we got? I've got 4.
Yeah.
How many shards do you think I'll get?
I'm gonna say you're gonna get 3.
3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Jordan?
I hope none because it always makes me laugh.
The support from my guild is outstanding. Right, let's have a go then.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, 1.
Yes, all right. I
Oh,
like
damn
mods.
it.
I like mods.
Right, and I've got some more here.
We
All
should
right,
we should
trying to do it.
Yeah. We should have wagered
Max
something.
is going streamer's luck at 4. Ha. All right, 2.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's looking pretty good
Do
for
you know
me.
what? This is better than I've been doing all week.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to go live every time you do this, huh?
Yeah. Right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh. Hey! Oh, you got it.
Yes.
I got it. 3.
There's 3.
And I've got to remember when my last one is.
All right, let's see if match is right. You don't have them on the
Right,
same
so
plot.
there is one all the time. You see my buildings haven't loaded? When you do tabs and you flip between them, there's always a big delay in loading them up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just here we go, and a reload. It's just part of some improvements that they did for optimization. Right, here we go. Last one.
Oh.
Ah, god damn it, soil.
There we go. I was right.
So
Nailed it.
3.
Woo.
3. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's great for me. I've not had that many in ages. But so that's what the warehouse does. Now the ice one, if I've got it here somewhere. No. Where is it? Hold on. Is on sale now. Just about to come up. So here, 6 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know how many they'll have, but these are a lot more expensive than the original Regolith ones were.
Mm-hmm.
You can still get Regolith ones now for 2,000. Yeah, if you get it to level 10, there's a task in it which gives you Dusk as well. So certainly, I know Ham's got one, and it ranges, I think, between 10 and 10,000. Trying to get the
Oh.
10,000 one is obviously really rare,
Right.
but yeah, it's currently twinned with the scavenging pool. It's going to have its own pool, was the last that I heard from Mitch to say, because I think they're trying to do more of this, and obviously when you start draining out big chunks of scavenging,
Yeah.
you're going to pretty much kill it pretty quick.
I like
but
the
yeah,
warehouse graphic. You know, because
so
it doesn't just show like what it is; it shows it on the land. You know what I mean, so to speak.
yeah,
Yeah, and
the reason for
that's
that
cool.
is it's AI generated, I think. So
Well,
it's they're
yeah,
doing different things to try and get their imagery, and
yeah,
that's where I think
right.
this one's come from.
Well, I like it versus like say like the coffee
Yeah.
machine. You see a graphic of a coffee machine, but you don't see a graphic of a coffee machine on a counter. This is like the
Yeah,
building on a piece of land, which I just think it looks
On
cool.
Mars.
It almost reminds me of
yeah,
like a Magic the Gathering kind of style where you see like the creature and then you see their surroundings, you know, versus just an item. So I think
yeah.
that's a great stylistic choice, to me at
I mean,
least.
I like it,
Mm-hmm.
and the bit behind the scenes, I kind of think, look, if they can AI generate stuff and it reduces time to get artwork done, it still looks pretty cool and pretty usable,
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't cost a lot. I'm kind of all over that because
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
think that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap construction of images plus rapidity to market. It just means we get content quicker and probably more of it, and stops the company from going bust. I think
Yeah.
that's all great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So really nice. But I need to remember to get my thing in 4 minutes time. Right, what are we talking about next?
It's up to
Me
you, man.
winning the event.
You want to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about the event?
Jordan,
Yeah.
tell us about the event, Jordan.
Oh, you put the pressure on me, and now I'll start.
Uh-huh.
So, where are
Getting
you in the
things
event
wrong.
at the moment?
How what?
How far up are you? Where's your
Oh,
ranking?
okay. Wow. I'm currently number 1, but we all know that everyone's waiting to the last 10 minutes, and then they're literally going to put everything in. So I'm number like 90 or something. I don't think that I'll be in the top 5, but
I hope so.
I hope
mean-
I'll be in the top 10. Like, I'm not stupid. I know I'm not going to win, because we all know the Wales are there waiting to like push me off the top spot.
I don't know. No, have some confidence in yourself and
Yeah.
some faith.
I mean, I do have a lot of clovers waiting to be put in, but
Okay.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, no, you've got next week to go as well. But
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
well,
having a
good
break.
luck. Good luck.
Is this in
Yeah,
the
but it's been
tournament
really
section?
good fun.
Yeah.
Really good fun.
So, tell us a bit about the tournament. What did you have to do in it?
Sorry, what did you say?
What did you have to do in it?
What
In the tournament?
in the
Yeah,
tournament?
to
So
get your points.
okay, so you can either plant clovers, and you can get a chance of getting a 4-leaf clover. The 4-leaf clover is 100 points if you turn it in. And they're selling on the market for about 220 dusk, roughly. You can also cook different recipes to get more points as well. I think the smoothies are 10 points each. So
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
yeah, you can also get the lucky nuggets from the mining. No one I know has found a lucky coin yet through scavenging.
No, I've not heard of anyone finding any of them either. So I
No.
don't know what success rate of those are. And also the lucky nuggets from mining is not for artisans. So it's only when you use your own stamina. So
Yeah.
if you're getting artisans to do it, you haven't got one. That's why.
I corrected you on that, I remember.
You did indeed.
Guys are funny.
But no, it's been a lot of fun. Like, I really, really enjoyed this event. I mean, it started off with some glitches, like, because obviously Mitch hadn't managed to get it all sorted in time, but then he managed to fix it all up, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a really good event. It's I'm not a big one for events anyway, but yeah, it seems to have sparked a lot of interest and a lot of curiosity, and I'm all up for that.
Yeah, and especially it was even nicer when more prizes were added.
Yeah.
So it makes everyone want to play.
So yeah, I mean, I'm in the. I don't think I'm even in the raffle one, but certainly that there's a lot of people kind of enjoying it, just chilling and doing a few bits here and there, and then they'll stand a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bit which I would say is just with regards to the foods which you can cook, and there's lots of recipes. Oh yeah, so the recipes, the other option for the lucky clovers is you can open a lucky clover in your inventory, and that will give you a recipe. Those recipes can make the food which Jordan talked about. At the moment, there's no planned use for them beyond the points for the games and the tournament. So yeah, so don't. They are quite expensive, some of them. So don't go making a whole batch and then think that you can have some super stamina boost at the end of it. There's been no commitment that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 10. I think there's 10 recipes. Isn't there altogether?
Yeah,
Maybe
sounds about
11
right.
with
5
the
of each.
acetate.
Yeah, yeah, maybe 11. You're right. But yeah, so certainly it's been a great event. Week 2 starts imminently. When does it start,
24
Jordan?
hours.
24 hours.
Well, I believe that's when the leaderboard finishes, so I'm guessing it goes straight away. Let me just double check. I'm going to click on it just to get it. 23 hours and 53 minutes.
Here we go.
So you have a chance.
No, I don't have a chance.
Come on.
I really hope I can be like either 4 or 5, but I think I'll be in like the top 10.
Yeah. You ready
Stick
to buy
that
your
on the
thing, huh?
screen, Stanty.
Yep.
I mean, I hope I can win, but no, I don't. I'm not with the whales. I'm no chance.
You'll see. I mean, you're a whale yourself, aren't you?
I know. I'm not.
Come on.
I currently owe Feelix 3,000 dust.
You owe him 3,000 dusk.
Yeah, she always owes me loads.
Look at
I'm
you.
always like in like having to
Yeah.
sell things to get my dust because no, I'm not.
It happens.
I got my warehouse. I'm happy.
Congrats.
Yay! I'm not getting one. I never really have a large amount of ice, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It crashed on me to start with. It gave me 500 error. But yeah, I got it in the end.
Good
So,
deal.
but they've gone quick. That was 60. That was. And there's 6 left.
Okay. Wow, those are going
Oh,
fast.
look. Okay, so they've done some really nice stuff here. They've put a
Uh-huh.
6-day timer on it. So you can only get one through this to spread it out a lot. Really
Mhm.
like that.
that's-
Because
Nice.
certainly I don't want people just spamming it. Give everybody a chance.
100%.
yeah, I like that.
So really nice touch.
Mm.
244. I could buy it, but I probably won't. I'd
Do
imagine
it,
that's
do
not the
it,
same.
do it.
No,
Come
shut up.
on.
Shut
That's what we're here
up.
for.
Pair of you. Leave
Do
me
it.
alone.
Are you not
Leave
me alone.
entertained? Well, then we'll buy some shit, you know?
No. So
Oh,
yeah.
all right,
Um,
fine. That's fair. What about
yeah. So they went quick.
yeah, well, I hope you win it. I guess we'll find out in like a day or two, huh?
Well, thank you. The
Yeah, really
prizes.
good
Oh
luck.
my god, no! You should let me just tell you what the top prize
Shall I
is.
show it?
Okay.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
I can't. I'm not in that leaderboard. I
I
can't
just
see.
got it.
Okay, right. So top prize
Mm-hmm.
is 15,000 dusk,
Ooh.
900 glitter, a mythic kitchen, 90 mythic kitchen shards, 5 novice cooking resets, and a sealed expert chemistry tool. Chemistry
Hey.
tool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the second one it goes down to 10k dust, 500 glitter,
Okay.
legendary kitchen. The third one, 7,500 dust, 250. So it's really good prizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really good prizes, and hopefully, I mean, I hope you get it, but also I hope it just doesn't go to a normal whale. Just for spreading a love around a bit and making people feel like they do have a chance if they take something and want to really go
Yeah,
for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to win it, but yeah, I don't think I will.
Come on.
You'll be unbearable
We'll
if you win
see.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you all want to donate dust to me, so I can get.
Do you know what? You'll be stuck
Yeah.
on the ban list straight away.
Just go ahead and put your wallet in the chat. So-
Yeah. Send me your 4-leaf clovers, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Team effort. This is Team MarsCast for the win. So
So it just Jordan brings up a really good point there. Kitchen.
yeah,
That's a
what's
new building you won't have seen, Santi.
right? Is cooking in then? Is that what I'm getting?
Can I
Partially.
go with a kind of?
Yeah, of course.
So there's a task in the library. I think I've not done it. You know
Okay.
my views on cooking. I'm not a big cooker.
Right.
Which is basically trying to get your cooking up to level 5.
Mhm.
Certainly they're pushing cooking a little bit. Cooking will be limited to artisans for the first 30 days. I'm just trying to see if I can find that skill now. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. But the reality is that yeah, it's limited 30 days for the artisans to start with, and then cooking will be here. The kitchen is the first in the buildings. Still no sign of the food warehouse or some of the other buildings. But yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be the place where you do your cooking.
Like it.
So yeah, there's the event recipes in there at the moment. Yeah, I tried and I got an uncommon. I didn't put it down. I sold it straight away.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you had some great luck. I know that you bought one and hit mythic straight away, wasn't it, Jordan?
Wow.
No, oh, I hate you so much.
What?
I got three uncommons and three commons and 2
Yeah.
uncommons,
Okay.
and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it one more time, and I finally got a rare.
Yeah.
Hey, that's better.
It was so annoying.
She was not good to be talking to. So, but yeah, she got one in the end, so that's all good. That was all good. But yeah, so certainly new building, nice to see it, part of the cooking stream. So we're starting to see that come out a bit more. So even if you do get to 5, just remember artisans for the first 30 days. Yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to job or anything like that. I'd assume not. But yeah,
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
we'll find out soon enough. Right, what we're going to talk about next?
Are you ready to
Next
battle or
one.
what?
I want. We're not going to talk about Rover PVP yet. I want to talk
Okay.
about one more thing.
Yes.
And I've done it before,
hmm
but I want to do it again because we're back, and I want to refresh people's memory. So I'm going to share my screen, and it's
Okay.
all around DigiPedro because a lot of people still use DigiPedro.
hmm
And the thing which I want to draw about it is tools again. So you look at this,
Yeah.
and this might not be a good one to pick to start with, but in mining, kind of looks all really, really horrible. But in the mining piece, you've got tools at 2.088 for 4 tools, giving you a cost of 8
Yeah.
and a sale price of, so it was 15 for cost, and the sale price is 14. Okay.
Yeah.
What you need to remember, let me open up a new tab here. What you need to remember is that in the tools, if you make them yourself, or even if you buy them, if we look at the mining tools, if you bought an expert tool in the market at the moment, you'd pay 1.5 dusk per charge. So when you
Okay.
look back at Digi, and this calculation is using 2, you're actually saving, what, 2 dusk just by buying the right tool. So in here, that 2 dusk would make this tusk borderline profitable.
Okay.
But also, if you look in here and made your own tools yourself, up to expert, or certainly if you got a master, that would make these tasks profitable. So the word of caution is make
Mm.
sure you're sourcing your tools right. Make sure you're getting the best value for your uses,
hmm
because actually what you think is really negative and there's nothing to do, there's actually a lot to do. You just need to make sure you're using the right cost for your tools. Now, there's 2 ways now of really getting tools. You can buy it from the market still, or make it,
hmm
as well, I've just talked about. But there's also the vending machine. So Moorcox has got one, Ike has got one, Primo's got one, and I think Eric's got one. Go and visit their tool shops. They link them in the rentals channel. Go and have a look at them because you can certainly get some really good value on your tools there. That will help you with trying to get to a point of making sure that the recipes that you're doing are profitable.
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah. And Adventures with Ree brings up a really good point here, is to say, do your own math. Don't just trust Digi.
That's right. Yeah.
Really, really important point. So that was the one I just wanted to share to newer members. I know we've had a few come in.
Oop.
Yeah.
You closed it on me. There you go. You gotta
There
let
you
me
go.
know when you do that.
Right. Now, do
So,
you want to talk about Rover PVP?
I do.
Right. The big one. The big finale. The big, what do you guys call it? The big tamale? Is that
Is
it?
that because I'm Mexican? What are you saying?
Oh, isn't that some sort of American catchphrase? The big tamale,
Yeah,
tamale?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's one of the same.
Are you Mexican? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. Am I? Yeah. Yeah. No, it just grows in perfectly like a Mexican icon. You know, like
I
just
didn't think it
does
was
it. You know.
real. I thought you stuck it on before every stream.
I
This
do.
has
I
got some
do.
hair.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I wish I could grow it here, but I can't. Like, you know, I don't know.
Well, just stick another piece on like you did with the rest of it.
Right?
He's took
Just glue it
it. He's
on.
took it from your head, Felix, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. I wish somebody would give it back. I really do.
It's all right. Yeah, the big
Right.
tamale, you know, the big game, the big show.
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to come to.
Super
Right.
Bowl.
Rover PVP.
Yes.
So,
Can we do it?
Jordan, how much do you know about this? Because it's all a little
Um,
bit hearsay. Go on.
Honestly, I only know about what grilled cheese put up on the video with the little hex game.
hmm
I haven't
That
got
was
into
really
anything.
cool.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited for that.
yeah, so that isn't Rover PVP,
I
as
know
far
it
as I
isn't.
understood it.
Yeah, that
But
isn't.
that's another big thing you've missed, Santi, is
Hmm.
hex games are coming, and
hmm
please go and check out Grilled Cheese's video on hex games. Really cool, really does go through it really well. Gives you a good flavour of what's coming.
Yeah. You
Um,
use your stam to basically move to different hex cubes.
Mhm.
You can find different kinds of resources. You can get injured, and you can go to like different kind of bays where you can patch yourself up with a bandage, or I think you can eat food if you
Yep.
find food, and you can. That's about it. I can't remember anything.
So yeah,
um,
yeah,
yeah.
Jordan's absolutely
Sorry.
right. So some of the stuff that you can find is rarity based as well. So you can find like a rare, I don't
Mhm.
know, bit of metal, or rare, or an epic electrical part, and there's missions related to it. So you can hand in, I think it's 5 different things of the same rarity to get a dusk reward. So
Yeah,
it's kind of,
it looks super cool.
yeah, it really
Nice.
does. It looks really, really cool.
Can't wait to see
Um,
that. Now,
yeah,
yeah, is that part of the Rover PvP system then, or is that something different?
no, that's different.
That's more
That's the
like
hex
the
games.
GDE, the Hex games. Okay.
It's not well, it's not really GDE, but it is hex games. So
Okay.
I think the Rover PvP is going to utilize the same engine, and
Mhm.
certainly what they've talked about Rover PvP, it's going to be very much like those strategy games where it's turn based and you
Mhm.
move from hexes and fulfill actions. So that's what I'm seeing from it. Um, and yeah, really, really can't wait for it. I think it'll be another dynamic. Couple of bits which I found out so far is that everyone will be able to participate.
Yeah.
You'll have a rover which you can have in your god inventory to allow you to join in. Um, if you want more rovers, you're going to need a combat bay. I'll come to talk to that in a minute. Um, but also, it's not team play at the moment. It's one rover per person. That gives me some concerns as I go through this, because it seems a little bit out of sync with some of this. So let
You don't
me
like to run over per person?
let me explain to you why.
Okay.
So you got this. You got classes of rovers. Okay. This is taken from the player's guide. You can find it in your game by going down here, player's guide, and it
Mhm.
will pop up into the player's guide, and then it's Dust, Rust, and Glory will take you to the Rover PvP section. Oh,
Okay.
where did I put it? Here we go. So there's classes, and
Mhm.
they kind of map to traditional role-playing game type classes.
Oh,
So you've got a
nice.
thief, you've got, well, heavy assault rover is like a warrior.
Mhm.
Now, my concern is around this one. So if you're doing rover PvP and you're supposed
Mhm.
to be killing other rovers, being a healer
Mhm.
doesn't seem to be a particularly strong way to win.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, like, are we talking healers that can't deal any
Well,
damage, or can they?
so
You
it's
know?
got repairing allies. So I
Mm,
think it's going to be good later when maybe you've got a team or multiple
yeah.
rovers. And that's one thing I don't quite know, is how many rovers are you going to have on the pitch in one go? I'm
Mm.
assuming it's one. But these mechanics don't really make sense if for a healer to be healing nothing, because you haven't got any allies.
Well, right. Same thing with
So,
the ranger, warrior. You don't need a paladin in front if you don't have a team in the back. You know. So
well, exactly.
yeah, this
So
looks
I
like
think
team stuff coming out.
team stuff. So,
Yeah.
and I spoke to Mitch, and he's not quite there yet with it.
Mhm.
But it'll be interesting to see how they do actually implement it, because certainly if you rolled a healer to start with, you're going to be kind of a little bit annoyed because you're not going to be able to do that
Couldn't
much
you
with it.
just roll another one, or is it
Right.
going to be expensive?
Let's
I don't
come to
know.
that in a minute, because
Okay.
there's some interesting stuff around that. Okay.
Okay.
So, more information about classes. You've got stats. Okay.
Mhm.
So, classic stats as you'd have in most games. Certainly some useful stuff to read there, but probably nothing which is going to blow your mind. Um, these stats will then give you what is probably a preferred class.
Okay.
Given what I've just said on the classes you want, it's going to be a tricky balance between, do you go with your preferred class, or do you say sod it and go with the meta class? Because I think balance in this is going to be really hard. I don't understand how they're going to make sure that all of these classes are balanced. Because when I look at any MMO game,
Mhm.
balance is always the big issue. They all fall over. And I can just see it. There's going to be one meta build which is going to be super cool. And if you
Mhm.
don't have that meta build, or you come up with someone who's got it, you're kind of stuffed.
It might not be
Anyway,
too bad if it's not if there's no skill basis to it. Like say in a game like Warcraft,
mm,
maybe the warriors are balanced, but then there's those 10% of people who excel at that class and really know how to play with it, like at its full potential.
yeah,
So those
yeah,
people can like kind of sway, whether something's broken or not. It's the ones that truly know how
yeah.
to, milk everything out of it. So but if this is more of like a dice roll, then they can probably balance it in a better way.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, and in a 1v1 situation, like maybe it's the balance will be different, and then in a team situation, well, it's just probably gonna be based on your team comp. So, like you said, like the healer might not be great for the one-on-one battles, but you put that healer in a 3v3 rover battle, and you're gonna
Then it's a
want to
different
have a
ballgame.
healer with
Yeah,
your group. Yeah, yeah. I mean, most likely. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So we shall see. We shall see.
Hmm.
I mean, still super excited to it. I think the initial
Yeah.
Yeah.
implementation will probably come out with a hell of a lot of bugs, hell of a lot of balance issues,
Yeah.
and there'll be a lot of complaining. The reality is they need to go through that step anyway to be able to get to the output which we want, because they're going to
Yeah.
have
Me,
to release it and iterate it.
it'll be me, the one moaning in Discord.
Absolutely. Well, I didn't expect anything less, Jordan. Mitch will be shouting at you to tell you to shut up. Matt should be saying all we're hearing is Jordan moaning. Yeah. But the reality is they're going to have to go for
Mhm.
that, because I don't see any other way they can release it.
Yeah.
It's so funny though. Like if something annoys me, I'm like, well, I don't want to say it because I don't want to upset anyone. Because like when I first
Mhm.
played, I didn't care because I didn't know like the team. I hadn't made friends with anyone, so I was just like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
so annoyed, blah blah blah. And now I'm like, oh, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Nice.
Well, and yeah, I mean, they are human beings. They do have
Mhm.
feelings, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we
great
need.
though. It's fantastic how responsive and how much the team are in the chats and
Yeah,
Absolutely.
constantly updating because most games you will not get a reply from any of the team
no,
about anything, and I think that's one great thing about Mom is because of the team that how much input they do have on the Discord. So if there is a problem, someone or is going like someone from the team is there to answer, and it's
yeah.
great.
And I do think that
Mhm.
we are very lucky in the mom world. We don't ever have the question about is it a scam or not. That doesn't enter our minds anymore. I remember when I joined this, everything out there was a scam, and I joined it on
Mhm.
the hope and the prayer that actually this was a good one, because everything else was terrible. We don't ever have
Yeah,
that conversation,
Right.
because it's so blatantly obvious not a scam.
yeah,
And it's because of the team involvement, because of the team engagement. We just don't talk about that anymore. It's not even on the worry list, which
That's
is
it's
true.
great.
great, great
It's honestly
support to
great,
see.
Mhm.
and it's funny because I'm like they always bring something what makes me put more money into it. I'm like I'm not putting any more money in, and then something comes out. I'm like, oh my god, and I love
Kitchens.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
4-leaf clovers.
Exactly, exactly. Um, right, so just going
Mhm.
back to Rover PVP, this is the rarity table for weapons, armors, and accessories. Interesting on accessories. I'd love to understand a little more about what that means. Is it scanners? Is it probes? Is it what is it? Or is
Mhm.
it, I don't know, some sort of ECM type thing? I'd would love to see what that is. Um, but what they've done here is adjusted the rarities.
Mhm.
And oh my word,
Wow.
if you get
Common is high.
anything anything other than common, you have
Yeah.
done well.
Okay.
Because the rest of, if you pick up a mythic, I mean,
Yeah.
chances of us
Wow.
actually seeing a mythic or knowing of anyone with a mythic is just going to be,
It's that slim.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So in reality, getting good guns, gear, whatever, is going to be tough. Interestingly, I don't know where they come from.
Maybe the
I've
battles.
not been. Well, hopefully the battles that there'll be drops,
Mhm.
or hopefully
Aliens.
because it will reward the constant player as opposed to somebody who can just spam craft a load of makes. That takes it away from the whales and puts it more towards open play.
Okay.
So I like
Yeah.
that. So we shall see where it comes from with this gear.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah,
Yeah, I would say
interesting.
something like that because the common chance is really high. So that would mean either you have to get a lot of them somehow to find the
Yeah.
ones you want. You know. I don't know.
Right.
Let's
The
see.
combat bay is the building.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hesitate because of the next one, but I'll come to that in a minute. Made with a full schematic of a Roverworks and a full schematic of an engineering bay, and then a $25 on the actual schematic for the combat bay.
Okay.
They ain't going to be cheap.
Yeah.
Now, this is why I'm saying I think you'll have a Rover in your God inventory, and certainly that was, I think it was Lamp let me on to that. But the reality is, if you need one of these to play, a lot of people aren't going to play. So
The
it's
combat bay.
aimed at the combat bay. It's aimed at repairs. It's aimed at upgrades. So you'll see down here, and it's aimed at storage. So if you've got a common, you can store 2 extra rovers in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanical lifts, I assume that's upgrades or repairs. I don't know. But yeah, it will. Oh, so adventures, a schematic. I will show you what a schematic is because I've got some for sale. Is one of these. So basically, a blueprint is my understanding, and my understanding is that you can use any blueprint in the rover, sorry, in the combat bay recipe. So I could use this uncommon with this epic to make a combat bay. So
Okay.
that's as I understand it. But yeah, it's not going to be cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And I think if you want to repair or upgrade it, you'll be renting somebody else's combat bay. There'll be loads of them. I mean, most people who are in any sort of history in this will have enough to be able to get at least one of these. And I think most settlements will have them as well. So certainly join a settlement if you haven't. But yeah,
That's a good point.
they will be there. Yeah, adventure. They should really use the word blueprint. It's my understanding that it is a blueprint and not a schematic. Um, Right. The next thing is this, the Auto GI Core.
Yeah.
Basically, a rover. So
Okay.
this is, in essence, the heart, the soul of your rover, whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
But this is the thing which stores your experience, stores your stats, and stores your, yeah, however you use it. Do you know what? I've just had a thought on this rover classes. I bet the class is defined largely by the equipment you put on it. So I bet you don't actually define it as a class. Anyway, I digress a little bit. But this Orco GI core, you also need to make, and it's going to be $20 for the core,
Mm-hmm.
the schematic, and then you're going to need to build a whole load of stuff in the various shops as well.
Okay.
So this isn't going to be cheap either. So
Definitely not
to
at
get,
This is
first.
end game stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it? Really.
Well, I mean, you
I
might have
kind of
some of
hope
this stuff
not.
ready if you have some mats laying around. I don't know.
Well, none of these things you can make, and we
Well,
don't know
no,
what
no, I
mats.
agree with that. But some of these might take already in-game mats.
I think they will,
Yeah.
and I hope they will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not going to be a cheap
Right.
thing to do, and I kind of didn't want it to be an end game thing. I wanted it more for everybody. So I hope they revise this auto core schematic down a bit because that's quite hefty.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
there might be a dusk option eventually. This might just be for
well,
like
they're saying
the pre-sale, you know?
Solana Wax Matic Dusk Glitter.
Glitter. Yeah.
It just means it's going to be a lot of dusk.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look back at the other page, it said there was like 1,000 for pre-sale. So maybe this is kind of tying into that, and then eventually there'll be
I think
another
this will
option.
drip constantly. I don't
Yeah.
think there'll be a limit. I think there'll just be a constant
Mm-hmm.
drip every now and again. You can re-roll the stats in the
Mm-hmm.
glitter with glitter.
That's
But what
cool.
you can also do is use the combat bay to wipe it and start again,
Yeah.
which basically erases the experience and all that sort of thing. I imagine that's, well, maybe is a class change or something like that. So they might have classes that you specify.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you do $20 for the rover, $25 for the combat bay. If you're going to have a combat bay, it's
Mm-hmm.
relatively expensive. And then just to finish it off, some levels and oh yeah,
Ooh.
if you want to understand the actual types of PvP arenas, those are outlined here.
Okay.
Yeah. So interesting. Lots of really, really good stuff. Something different, which is what I quite like. I've killed it again.
You killed it.
Yeah, and something I'm really excited to see.
It'll be cool. Hopefully soon. Probably this summer.
Oh,
huh?
sorry. Yeah, you reminded me of probably the most important point.
Okay.
This.
You can just leave it up,
Dates.
and then I can just pull it up whenever. The dates. Oh, look at that.
So pre-season, not sure what pre-season means.
Mhm.
Probably initial testing. April the 4th.
Yeah,
Now that's not that far away.
that's really close. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's that? 8 days? 5 days?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
not
that
yet,
doesn't. I mean, Jordan, you're gonna need some more funds.
Yeah, gotta go to the casino.
To borrow from the Bank of Felix.
It's not really that bad. I
Oh.
think golly, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I do like cash up things all the time, So it's like
Yeah.
$20 is like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
it's cheaper than a night at the club.
Trouble is, it's $50 for both
Mhm.
or a Martisan.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where I end up in my troubles.
No, you have so many Martisans.
Oh
Stop.
man, I'm
You're
so
gonna
glad
you're gonna
I
do
do.
both anyway. You
Yeah.
can't tell me you're not gonna get this.
Oh hell yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting
it's like zero chance.
He'll get it.
Yeah.
it. I'll get it, and I'll dump one into the settlement as well.
So
Speaking of
Nice.
which,
mhm.
do you want to do a giveaway?
Oh yeah, what do you got? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I'll win it.
Yeah. Well,
You can
So-
try.
Just give it me.
so we're gonna do 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So do you want to do the first one for
Try to
people who are
fix
here?
this.
Well, we've got
Whoa.
12 people.
What happened there?
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Kind of. Doesn't want to go back to the
So-
grid. There we go. Okay, what do you think?
So what we're going to say? What we're going to get people to spam into chat, or not spam, just do once, please.
Jordan's going to win the event.
Yeah, Jordan's a winner. There we go.
Okay,
Stick it in
all right.
chat.
Jordan for
If you
the
wanna join
win.
Jordan for the win. There we
There
go.
we go.
Jordan for the win.
What are you?
That's what it's gonna look like. Okay. So yeah, what'd you say you have? I'm gonna pull
So,
up the real names.
You've got a choice: expert life science tools or expert mining tools. Which one are we going to give away?
Ooh, good options. Jordan picks.
What was the first one?
Life science or mining tools? Expert.
Oh. Oh,
Okay, we got one.
mining, because everyone does mining.
Okay, expert mining tools. It is then.
All right.
Are you going to duck race it?
No, I'm gonna spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the
Okay.
wheel. Let's put the names in here. All right, now let's put it over here. Boom.
I'm going to screenshot this into the Discord and say, look, everyone wants me to win.
I dare you. All right, let's see if we got a couple more here. We got MH.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, let's see.
Sam always wins.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my money on a win for Sam here.
Oh, there's some more. Okay. I was wondering, I'm like, there's a delay. Okay,
Yeah, there's a little
adventure.
delay on that. So.
One time. Okay, let's see.
Have you got everybody?
Styles. Hey, Styles.
You got
is here.
Victor.
A lot of familiar
Styles.
names too. Appreciate seeing you guys. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
Neo.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3.
So 1, 2, 3,
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Perfect. We got it. All right, I'm gonna shuffle full screen, and good luck.
Look,
You know, I can't see it at the same time.
You
So I'm
can
going to
watch
see it
on
when
the
they all
stream.
see it.
Yeah. All right. Congrats.
Who got it?
Right there. Adventures
don't
with
say it.
Reed.
Don't say it because
I
it's
can't
not on
say
the
it.
screen yet.
It's on screen to me. Okay.
It was. Oh, congratulations!
Oh, there
It
you
was
go.
Adventures with Reed.
That's
Yay,
right.
well done.
Woo!
So yeah, go ahead and reach out to Feelix,
Yeah.
and he'll take care
Yeah.
of that for you. So Just got
Adventures to read. I need a plot name, or I'm going to gift it to you in game. So I need a plot name, or I need a link to try and figure out your name in game, so that I can get this over to you with a message.
Mhm.
So just drop that to me.
Absolutely.
Right. There's a second giveaway,
There's
and I will ping you the names.
okay.
So what we are going to start to do, as a member of the settlement, if you can stick all of those onto your spinny wheel,
Yeah, you bet. Let's see here.
and so if you're in the Madness on Mars settlement, to dusk. Oh, you're doxing me as well.
No. It should be good. Yeah. They should just see the spinny wheel. All right.
Well, kind of. It's alright, I don't mind. Done it?
Mm-hmm. I'm just not trying to spoil it.
Oh, got it.
Yay! Congrats. Jordan, who won?
I don't know. It's not showing us yet.
No
Really?
shoulders yet. We're gonna see.
Okay.
It was
Oh,
Creepy.
was it
All
creepy?
right,
Hey,
Creepy.
well done,
Yeah.
creepy. I will tip you that straight away. Congrats on your 100 dusk. If you want to join it, obviously reach out to us to join the settlement. Lots of
Mhm.
community stuff going on. This is part of our new community thing. Come and use the free buildings, and also enter into the weekly draw.
Oh, where's my name?
It's there.
No, it's not.
Is it not
Only-
there?
Oh well, you had 3K. You get left off.
Yeah, you owe him.
You
Yeah,
owe me anyway.
I won't pay it back. Thanks.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Well, this was good.
so,
Yeah. I think we'll probably do our Marscast on Saturdays and
new times.
Yeah, it's just easier on Saturdays, guys, just with Fridays are kind of hectic for everybody, so yeah. Anything
Saturdays
else?
5:30 Central Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's all it from me, and we'll look forward to seeing you all next week.
All right. You guys take care. Good to
Bye,
see you again.
everyone.
Bye. Oops. There we go. Now it's over.
You so doxed me.
No.
Did.